Well, I've been stimulated. So time to go check out some pawn shops. This is the Bargain Game Hunter. So it's been a few weeks since I've been back on this side of town when I did my big pawn shop hunt episode. Since I had to come back here anyway, let's do it again. So I'm back at Cash America Pawn, where I did pretty well first time I was here. Let's see if I can find some more solid game deals. Alright, so as you saw, they had a pretty decent selection of games. I picked out a pretty decent handful. Some of them were just too pricey for my taste. So I ended up picking up 3 games, and I think they're all pretty solid for what I paid. First off, we got a GameCube game. And I know GameCube games are worth a lot right now. I don't think this one is, but, you know, if I can find a decent GameCube game, might as well grab it. We have Medal of Honor Frontline on the GameCube. I had this on the PS2 at one point, but I don't have a PS2 to can play it. I do have a Wii that has GameCube ports, so I can actually play this on the Wii. $2. Pretty solid. And it's nice to have a good old-fashioned first-person shooter on the GameCube, so I'll take that. Next up, we have Darksiders, the War Mastered Edition. Now, what's funny is I have Darksiders 2 on the Xbox 360. I believe I have the original Darksiders backwards compatible on my Xbox. And now I have the remaster on the Xbox One, so it should look a lot better. This one was $5. Figure for $5, that's probably worth a pickup. And then the last one, which the genre is not really my genre, but I figured, you know what? For the price they were asking for, why not? We have The Evil Within, the original. The sequel is actually on Game Pass right now, so I can play the sequel if I really like the original game. But the original is not on there for some reason, so pick this up, also $5. So all in all, I paid about $12 for 3 games. Not terrible. I think I did all right. So now we're going to check out our next pawn shop, which is the Queen of Pawn next door. Last time I went in there, they didn't have particularly great deals. We'll see what we can get this time. All right, our next stop is the Queen of Pawns. Last time I only picked up 1 game. Maybe they'll negotiate a little bit more, or maybe the prices have gone down. We'll see. Let's head in and take a look. So like the last time I was in there, it was a little overpriced for what you get. I did ask about a deal on the Xbox One PS4 games. And he basically told me to, like, that's as low as they're gonna go. You know, that's what they gave me. It's not terrible. I did pick up 1 game just because it's a game I don't see all the time, and price wasn't horrid, although I think I overpaid for it, and that was Sin Mora EX on the Xbox One. It was $10. It's probably overpaying, but you know, might as well give it a shot. So I've got 4 games so far today. Last pawn shop stop on this little trip is Value Pawn. Last time I was here, I didn't find anything amazing. Maybe that'll change this time. So let's go take a look, see what I can find. Well, folks, this Value Pawn came through in a big way today. I came away with 3 games, and they're all $10, but these are games that are actually worth at least $10, if not more, so I'm pretty content with my pickups. So, we're going to start with Hitman, the complete first season on PS4. Not complete, only a generic case. It does come in an authentic PS4 case, though, so that's pretty good. The disc was in good shape. Figure is worth a pickup, and you'll see this is a trend. They had a lot of newer Call of Duties in this pawn shop. So, of course, I had to look. I did look up some of the price charting for these, and Call of Duty holds their value pretty well for the most part. You'll see the best one at the end. We got Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, I had this game on Xbox One, and I traded it in before I finished it, and I feel kind of bad about that. I didn't have it on Xbox One in there. They had it on PS4, but for $10, I think that's a solid pickup for a very good campaign for Call of Duty. And then the best for last. Now, I had this game already. I got it when it came out. I never played it and traded it in because it was worth a lot of money in trade-in. And I needed the money to help get my Series X. Found it at a pawn shop for $10. Slam dunk. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the one that came out last year. On Xbox One, $10. It's worth a lot more than that. So I killed it on that one. Honestly, if I wanted to, if I sold Modern Warfare, that's worth pretty much the whole trip, almost. So definitely did well on that one. So I picked up a grand total of 7 games for like $50. Not terrible, considering I got some really good ones. So the last time I went here, this pawn shop did me quite well. Had some pretty terrific deals on games. I figured let's check them out since it's on my way home. One last pawn shop, La Familia. See if we could strike it rich like we had the past few stops. Well, La Familia did not disappoint again. That was by far the best in terms of trying to work out a deal. I've started asking every pawn shop if they can work out a deal if I get a few games. And this one, right off the bat, was like, yeah, we'll hack a few bucks off pretty much each game. They're individually priced, but the prices that they ended up giving me were pretty great, so I'm all for it. First game we got was Abzu on the Xbox One. Looks pretty fun. I think they're actually giving this game away for free on PlayStation soon, which is fine. I figure I'll own a physical copy. Paid, I think, $5 for it, so I'm not complaining at all about that. So this one was one I got, again, to flip. Now, it's a little misleading, though. It's Minecraft on the PS3. However, that's not what's in the case. What's actually in the case is Minecraft Story Mode for the PS3. Also a good game and also definitely worth flipping. It's worth a decent amount of money. I have to look up and see exactly how much I'm price charting, but I'll check when I get home. I'm not sure it's worth as much as Minecraft proper, but I know it's worth a pretty good amount of money. I paid $2 for a PS3 game, so definitely I think a solid deal. Sorry about the camera switching. I have to shift the games in my hand. Next we have Blood Bowl on the Xbox One. This one looks fun. It looks like basically football meets like Warhammer. Blood Bowl 2. Looks kind of fun. $7 for that. I think that's a solid price. It looks like a pretty fun game. I think it'll be a nice addition to the collection. And then the last game, and I knew this game was there because I saw it last time I passed on it. I looked at it again. I definitely think it's playable. And the price they gave was pretty good. So I picked it up. It was Need for Speed Shift on the 360. It's a little scratched, but I definitely think it will play, especially if I clean it up a little bit. $250 for that one. So I paid $18 and got 4 pretty solid games, including one I might be able to flip to basically pay for this entire bundle, depending on how much Minecraft Story Mode is worth on PS3. So overall, I definitely think I did well. I haven't looked at these values on price charting yet. I will when I get home. So let's go home and let's do our final pawn shop recap for today. Okay, so I have returned from my pawn shop adventure, and I have to say, after looking at the values for all the games I picked up, I think I lost value once. I picked up a lot of games. Grand total, I picked up 11 games today and paid like $70. That's not bad, especially when you consider the value of some of those games, and I definitely did well. So I'm gonna go location by location. I'm gonna give you how much I paid and the value, like we always do on this channel. And I would like to address something that I was making a mistake some of the previous videos. So I use price charting to determine the value of a game, and by default on price charting, they always show the loose condition price. So I've been mostly going by that, even though the complete version often is worth more money. Not all the time, but a lot of times. So some of my values in the past may not have been accurate. I actually might have done better than I thought. But I have gone based on the condition on this one. So all of these are based on whether they're complete, they're not complete, they're missing whatever. So just want to keep that in mind. All right, we're gonna start off with Cash America. I think I did pretty well. I picked up 3 games from them. First, we have Medal of Honor Frontline on the GameCube. This one is a complete GameCube game. The disc is in pretty decent condition. It's not every day you find a GameCube game, especially one that's in pretty good condition. So, and I can play this because I have a Wii that is GameCube compatible, so I can play some good old-fashioned split screen on Medal of Honor Frontline. I paid $2 for this. It is worth $7, so I think I definitely did pretty well on this one, as I figured it would. One thing I've learned is unless it's a sports game, and even then some sports games are worth money, if you see GameCube, more than likely it's worth picking up. GameCube games are kind of spiked right now because for some reason everyone's going after them. So if you see a GameCube game, more than likely it's going to be worth more than you think it is. Next up, we have Darksiders, the War Mastered Edition on the Xbox One. This one surprised me. I actually didn't expect this to be worth much because, like, Darksiders games are worth nothing. I bought Darksiders 2 on the 360 for $1 from GameStop. So I figured this wouldn't be worth a whole lot. It's worth a lot more than I thought it was. I paid $5. It's worth $13 complete. And it is complete, so solid. And the disc is flawless. It looks like it was like just opened because you still have some of the like seal stuff on it. So pretty happy with that pickup. Next up, we have The Evil Within on the Xbox One. Again, survival horror is not really my genre, but I'll try it just because it looks interesting. And the sequel is actually on Game Pass, so if I like this, I can try the sequel as well and not have to pay extra for it. For some reason, this one isn't. Paid $5 for The Evil Within and is worth $9. So again, did solidly on that stuff. Overall, I paid like $12. This is the one that I really didn't do well. And I think from here on out, because of the conversation I had, I'm probably not even going to bother going to this pawn shop anymore. The Queen of Pawns, they basically said they're only going to charge $10 or more on Xbox One and PS4 games, which, especially now that the newer systems are out, a lot of them are not worth that. So if you're going to keep doing that, I mean, unless you have like a banger of a game that's worth a lot of money, it's probably not worth picking up $10. I picked up one, Sin Mora EX on Xbox One. It is complete. It's like a side-scrolling shooter. It's a shoot-'em-up. Looks interesting. Paid $10 for this, and it's worth $9. So this is the one game that I lost value on. It looks like an interesting pickup, so that's why I kind of justified it. And I only lost $1. Not terrible, but it's definitely hard to see it worth going to a place like that when every single last-gen game is going to be worth $10. A lot of them just aren't worth that, especially the ones they had in the store. They just were not worth it. All right, next we have Value Pawn, and this one was the one that the last time I went, I completely struck out, didn't find anything good. This time we hit gold. I'm very happy with my pickups here. So the first game we have is Hitman, the complete first season on PS4. It does not have the case. It is also a red box copy, so you see a little ring. But the disc is in good condition, and I paid $10 for this. It is worth about $13 on the PS4, even with the generic case. So not terrible. I'll take it. The game looks fun. I'll probably give it a whirl. I've never really played the Hitman game, so I think this will be a good starting point for that. Next one we have is Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on the PS4. I had this game before. I traded it in, I believe. I traded it in, I think, to get credit for my Xbox Series X. But they had it for $10, and new-ish Call of Duties tend to hold their value pretty well. So I picked it up for $10. It's worth $11, so not a huge bump, but I basically paid slightly less than it's worth, and I'll definitely give it a whirl. I don't think I ever finished the campaign for Black Ops 3, so probably worth trying again. The big winner, and this is the big winner of the entire episode. And I as soon as I saw it on the shelf, I'm like, please let this be a good price. Please let this be a good price. And it was. For $10, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. This game is the second newest Call of Duty behind Black Ops Cold War. It's still a very expensive game. I paid $10. It is worth $27. in complete version. So in most places you can't find this for cheaper than $50-$60. So I definitely did well picking up Call of Duty Modern Warfare for $10. It is in good condition, complete, and I never played the campaign for it, so I'm excited now I can and not worry too much. And if I ever wanted to flip it again, I would make money on this one. So this was a slam dunk. Very, very happy I was able to pick that up. We're going to end at our La Familia pawn pickups, and I did surprisingly well on these too. I think every one was worth at least $4 or $5 more than I paid. The big winner for this bunch was this. So as you can see, it's in the Minecraft PS3 case, but it is actually Minecraft Story Mode on PS3. Now, I wish it was regular Minecraft because this would be worth more. But as it is Minecraft Story Mode, even loose condition is worth about $10. I paid $2. It was retailing at $3. I paid $2. That's one thing I have to say about La Familia is they took care of me. I asked them straight up, hey, if I get a bunch of games, would you work with me? And pretty much every game I picked out, they're like, yeah, we'll knock $2 off of this, we'll knock a couple bucks off of that. So the value was great. They were very accommodating. They were able to give me some really good prices, so I'm quite happy with that. This is a flip. I'm not planning on keeping Minecraft Story Mode on PS3. I can get a nice $10 for it, so pretty awesome. Pretty happy with that. I'm gonna toss that in my flip box. Next up, we have Need for Speed Shift on the Xbox 360. I saw this game the last time I was there, and the reason why I passed on it is it's got some scratches on the disc. You can kind of see them in the camera. Upon further inspection, it's not that bad. So I decided, you know what? Let's see what price they'll give me for it. Because if it's a decent price, it's probably worth picking up. This is a simulation-based Need for Speed game, which is kind of cool. And it's made by the same developer who makes Project Cars. So kind of cool to see a discontinued Need for Speed series. They gave me it for $2.50. Definitely worth it, I think. And this game is worth $7, so definitely a solid value for Need for Speed Shift. Pretty happy with it. Next one is Abzu on the Xbox One. Now this one actually really surprised me. I have this digitally on the PS4. I think it was a PlayStation Plus game or something. And I forgot I had it on PS4, but whatever, I figured I'll pick up a physical copy on Xbox, so that way I can play it on Xbox. Looks pretty cool. I've never played it. I paid $6. It was retailing for $8. They knocked $2 off of it. It's worth $11. So pretty solid for how much I paid for it. I'm pretty happy with that. So $6 for Abzu. Nice. And then last but certainly not least, we have Blood Bowl 2 on the Xbox One. This is one you don't see a ton. I wouldn't say it's uncommon, but it's not super common. It's basically Warhammer meets American football. Looks interesting. I'm curious as to how good it is. I'll probably try it out, see how it is. Again, this was one where I figured if they can give me a good enough price for it, I'll probably pick it up. And they gave me it for $7. It's worth $11. I think that's a pretty solid pickup. So overall, I kind of killed it at the pawns today. Picked up a lot of games. 5 Xbox One games, 6 Xbox One games, 2 PS4, a PS3, an Xbox 360, and a GameCube game. Paid about $70. It's worth way more than that. Call of Duty by itself is about a third of the entire value. So definitely did well for this trip. I'm probably going to take a few weeks just to kind of chill for a bit because I have been hitting the pawns fairly frequently the last couple weeks. So it might be a good idea to just kind of let them cool down a bit, check in a few weeks, see if they've got anything else. But I'm definitely happy with how well I did today at the pawn shops. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, we are releasing new videos somewhat frequently on this channel, with Bargain Game Hunter videos airing on Mondays, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. We're doing 2 ongoing series currently, where I'm doing a playthrough of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, as well as The Council, which is kind of a weird Telltale-ish game. It's interesting. Check that out if you want to see some more obscure-looking games on the Xbox One and some other systems. I mean, who knows? Some of these games I got here, this pile, might get played as kind of obscure titles. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.